TV, a broader perspective.
Formalization support scheme and the general MSME grants have all yielded positive results that are verifiable and measurable.
This is one of the first schemes that has ever got the acceptance of the public and the genuinity of the scheme.
Applicants who successfully complete their documentation process will receive 30,000 naira as mobilization fee.
The federal government launched the Survival Fund program targeted at individuals, artisans and small businesses as part of the Economic Sustainability Plan, which aims to support and protect businesses from potential vulnerabilities brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. The Nigeria Economic Sustainability Plan was approved by the Federal Executive Council, FEC, on 1st of July 2020. Following its initiation by the Economic Sustainability Committee, ESC, constituted by His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari on March 2020. The implementation of the MSME Survival Fund across the initial four-track, that is the Payroll Support Scheme, Artisan and Transport Scheme, Formalization Support Scheme, and General MSMEs grants, have all yielded positive results that are verifiable and measurable. At the flag-off of the Guaranteed Offtake Scheme, the chairperson of the steering committee of the MSME Survival Fund, Ambassador Mariam Katagum, Honorable Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, in the company of the Director General, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMIDAN, and the Special Assistant to the President on MSMEs, who is also the Survival Fund Project Coordinator, Mr. Tola Adekunle Johnson, during the media briefing on Tuesday, 31st of August 2021, while addressing the media, highlighted factors that delayed the implementation of the last track of Survival Fund.
Explaining that several factors had slowed down the implementation of this last track of the Survival Fund. One of which was the need to do a proper assessment of the earlier schemes and to close identified gaps. The unwavering commitment of the federal government towards providing critical support to MSMEs necessitated the committee members and all relevant stakeholders to continue their work in the background while we put in place all necessary logistics for the successful takeoff of this guaranteed offtake scheme. With the CAC Formalization Support Scheme set out to register 250,000 new businesses, and I can report that to date, 244,162 small and growing enterprises have been successfully registered free of charge across the 36 states and the FCT. To date, in summary, we have successfully disbursed the sum of 56,842,780,000 to 1,079,323 beneficiaries, including those registered under the CAC.
She also explained the modalities in which the scheme will take.
The last track of the MSME Survival Fund is the Guaranteed Offtake Scheme, which we're here to officially flag off today. Building on the successes recorded in the implementation of the other tracks, the scheme, in line with the plan to fully rejuvenate the economy, especially MSMEs in the manufacturing sector, the federal government is set out to roll out the last component of the Survival Fund. This track had an initial target of 100,000 MSMEs across the country. We opened the portal sometime in February, just for a short period, and by the time the portal was closed, we have received a total of 65,976 applications across the country, out of which we have verified and pre-qualified 50,032 MSMEs. Now, the target beneficiaries for us, as you are aware, are the micro and small businesses registered in Nigeria. Potential beneficiaries in the 36 states and the FCT were invited to apply via the Survival Fund portal, and applications were verified in line with the project's approved criteria, such as Nigerian citizenship, registration in Nigeria with the Corporate Affairs Commission, verifiable BVN of the business owner, and the staff strength of not less than 3 persons, including the owner of the business. The Project Delivery Office is working with the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, Bank of Industry, and the Industrial Development Fund in the implementation of this scheme.
The Special Assistant to the President on MSMEs and Project Coordinator of the schemes, Mr. Tola Adekunle Johnson, explained the procedures which one can benefit from the scheme.
What we expect to see in the guarantee poverty is that a total of 50,000 applicants have been pre-qualified and approved by the steering committee at the stage. These applicants will receive text messages. After this, the next stage will be that they would have about 3 days, precisely 3 days, to log on electronically and complete all documentation. Applicants who successfully complete their documentation process will receive 30,000 naira as mobilization fee to produce and deliver to their selected warehouse collection points. Upon successful delivery, the applicants will receive the balance of 30,000 at once. At the point of delivery, all items will be verified. We are working closely with NAFTA, Standard Organization of Nigeria, so all items will be verified.
Questions were raised during the media briefing, and the Director General SMIDAN and Chairman Publicity Subcommittee, Dr. Diko Omaru Rada, cleared the air on those issues.
Most transmitters complained that they were not aware about this thing. So, considering the fact that some of them don't have like a means to access information, so what does the committee have to say about this?
We engage all the other unions that has to do with MSMEs in the states, and they were fully briefed, and then our expectation was for them to go back and brief their members and then urge their members to apply for the program.
Is there any impact assessment you've carried out to ensure that the money that the federal government has disbursed so far is really utilizing? Because I know federal government has given so much on this particular project. Who are the partners in this? If you see something like that, you know that it's not a scam. How do you spread the 500,000 beneficiaries across so that every state can be part of this? Impact assessment is a much longer term kind of evaluation. Right now we're doing an evaluation, but for impact assessment, you need greater studies than just going and finding out, this is what we're doing rapidly. And this is what the MSME team are doing. The only partner we have, financial partner, is the Bank of Industry. And then it is your own bank, the bank of the beneficiaries, that we link up with. So Bank of Industry is the custodian of our funds. They do the payments, but they pay straight to the beneficiaries' bank. How did we spread the 500,000 beneficiaries? I think based on applications, we look at the applications because we had a formula for each track. When we had 500,000, I think he will explain to you. How did we allocate? For payroll support, we took the 3 states that we know have the highest number of MSMEs: Lagos, Kano, Abia states. And we gave them a particular number, and all the states we went based on equality, and then across areas of trade.
As what is government doing to make sure that one person is not benefiting and denying others this same opportunity, harmonization of this data?
The data that's being generated, the Ministry of Finance, one of the meetings we had with their budget, is to have an integrated database. I think with the National Bureau of Statistics, and other agencies collecting data for government, this will be the beginning. And I'm sure by the time a lot of the tracks under the Economic Sustainability Plan finished by the end of the year, government would have had a large pool of data, so that such a thing that you said it's happening, probably people who are very smart, who are always online, go to check and see what program is available, and they quickly apply. And if you go in a very transparent manner, you will just take them on first come, first served basis. So that's why invariably you will find somebody has been able to benefit from one scheme and from 1 or 2 schemes, whereas the other people that are unable to benefit.
So far, our total number of 50,000 and 32 applicants have been pre-qualified and approved by the steering committee to proceed to the next stage. For registration, visit www.survivalfund.gov.ng.
Beam TV, a broader perspective.